Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the 42nd Annual Tabletop RPG Awards. Sponsored by Campaign Coins, treasure worthy of your greatest adventures. Input Press, giving kids new life. Black Oak Workshop, where dice are treasure. Describe. Ready? Roleplay. Steve Game, making Nordic RPG Night 1 to 11. And Genron LLC, the best 4 days in gaming. Special thanks to our silent auction company sponsors, and to all of our judges, staff, and volunteers. Now, please welcome to the stage, both the Ingrid and the Tree, your dynamic duo hosts for this evening, Mike and Cody Palmsmith.
Hello. I am neither Mike nor Cody Palmsmith. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Mike lost his voice today, and Cody was concerned for his health as well. So unfortunately, we will not have Mike and Cody here hosting for us this evening. But I am very happy to report that we have 2 heroes here tonight with us that are stepping in at the very last minute to take over hosting duties. So we're going to restart the show and introduce Kat Tobin and Kevin Cope as our hosts for this evening. So we're going to move this so you will be able to hear us, so thank you. Can you all hear us at the back? Awesome. Welcome everyone to the 2022 ENnie's Award Ceremony. I'm Kat Tobin, and this is my glamorous co-presenter, Kevin Cole.
So glamorous.
So glamorous. We said we were going to dress up, so I'm glad Kevin did.
We want to thank you for being here. You know, one of the reasons that I love ENnie so much is this is our opportunity to celebrate some of the best and most remarkable creative work in the industry.
Absolutely, and I think on a more personal note, the last couple of years have been so difficult for everyone all around the world. As a creator, as a publisher, it's been hard. It's been so hard for everyone. So just a massive shout out to everyone who has published anything at all, to everyone who has written words, who has drawn pictures, who has laid out books. Just well done to us. Hopefully we've got there and it's onwards and upwards from now on.
But on the downside, you know, I've been lucky enough to host the ENnie several times before. I don't have any new stories. This is basically going to be 45 minutes of shark movie synopsis. So get ready, people. So a couple of things that I want you, if you're one of the nominated people, that I want you to know. When we announce the nominations, because we do not wish to be here until midnight, I will ask that between each nomination, you give a single clap. Ready? Let's do this. Such and such a person. Precisely, perfect. And then when we've done the last one, then applause is great. That's fine. If you're a person who is nominated who wins an award, if you would please enter the stage from this side, you will have a chance to talk. Introduce yourself. This is very important because, especially for folks in the back, they don't necessarily recognize you. So when you come out, introduce yourself, say what you would like, and we will give you your lovely medal and your other things, and then exit again from this side. Good. Any dad?
No, I think that about covers it. Just to remind you, introduce yourselves.
Fantastic. Thank you. And which way? I think Kat will start off, and we'll get started.
Okay, great. I might need to move this mic over here. All right. I have it here. Can you hear me at the back? Thank you. Okay. So, starting us off tonight, we have the award for Best Online Content. RPGbot.net and Slyfart Law. And the silver ENnie for Best Online Content goes to, drumroll please, Slyfart Law! So can you hear him at the back? Okay. Can we replay it? I've been told it's all swear words, so he's actually beeped out. I think he said thank you there.
I did. 1 second, please.
Please hold while we try to connect you. So, Kevin, have you seen any shark movies lately?
It's funny you ask that.
Wow, he talks a lot, considering he's not saying anything.
I think they keep reminding you. It's okay.
Oh no, he's freaking dead. Thank you very much. Good night. No, joking. Broken dumbbell. Someone checking the input terminal?
Thank you again.
We're going to move on. Okay, we are going to move on to the golden ENnie. So the gold ENnie for best online content goes to RPGbot.net.
Hi. Sorry, I'm not used to this. I'm Tyler Camster. I'm the founder of RPGbot.net. This is very cool. I love doing this. I love writing with RPGbot. I love our podcast, and I love playing these games. So thank you very much. This is great.
And the next category is Best Podcast. The nominees are +1 Forward, 8 Slade Nobody, Kill Every Monster, Take No Hook, and Roll to Cast. And the silver ENnie for Best Podcast goes to Roll to Cast. going to put them up on our YouTube channel, where you'll be able to watch them at your leisure and with full audio glory later. And the gold ENnie for Best Podcast goes to Ain't Slick About It. And the next category is Best Cartography. And the nominees are City of Mist, Prime Jordan. They told me how to pronounce it, and yet. Chepaku Maps Collection. Handy Maps, Dungeons, Caves, and Strange Locales. Vault, Labyrinths and Secret Chambers. And Scarlet Citadel Mapfolio. And the silver ENnie Best Cartography goes to Cult, Labyrinths, and Secret Chambers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christopher Birch. I'm kindly collecting us on behalf of the wonderful team at Hongast. Just won the right speech. So, this is from Peter Nallo, Creative Director on Cult's Divinity Lost. We're humbled and grateful for the great response to a highly disturbing, very dark, and horrendously glorious horror role-playing game. The fans have really embraced this version of the game and are joining the creators in exploring the hidden worlds beyond the veil. Getting nominated is a great honour, and winning an award is surreal. And Frederick Malmberg, who made sure the original game came to life. And finally, we'd like to thank the rest of the Helmcast Collective. Thank you all.
And the gold ENnie for Best Cartography goes to Chepaku Maps Collection.
One of the strange things about doing this in the middle of a pandemic is we don't get as many people here as we usually do, so we'll make sure that they get their medals. Oh, let's talk about the best electronic book. Considering the international paper shortage, we'll probably be seeing more of these. So, the nominees for Best Electronic Book include A Complicated Profession by author Jason Price from Always Campus Publishing. A Nemesis, Designer's Commentary version from author Samantha Lee. One Night Straw, a fabulous pun, from Jake Kurzer and Seats and Evangeline Gallagher from Peterson. The Lady DM's Companion from author Michael Shea from Slide Photos. And Tomb of Black Sand, the BTT Digital Deluxe Edition from Jacob Hurst, Donnie Garcia, and Lunatron. And the silver ENnie for Best Electronic Book goes to One Night Straw from New York.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Seats. It's a pleasure to see you all. Thank you for coming. I wanted to say, Jake and I, we've been friends for a really long time. This is our first thing that we've ever put out for anyone, which is amazing that so many of you like it. Evangeline Gallagher contributed some absolutely fantastic art. If you haven't had a chance, please go check it out. But frankly, we are humbled and honored to be even considered among some of the great people who are nominated. So, thank you so much.
And the gold ENnie for Best Best Electronic Book goes to The Lazy DM's Companion from Michael and Shay.
It's a video.
So, at this point, to present the next few awards, I'd like to welcome up guest presenter Brian Walters.
Hi there, everybody. Go. So, Best Aid or Accessory Digital. The nominees are Call of Cthulhu 3D Digital Gamer, Props Mask of ER Laughter Tech. I said that correctly. Hex Roll by Penn Dyson. Morkboard Digital Monster Generator by Stockholm Cartel and Occult Workmaster Games. Tales of Zadia, The Dragon Prince, role-playing game digital toolset. The Goblin's Notebook by The Goblin. And the Silver ENnie for Best Aid or Accessory digital goes to Call of Cthulhu 3D Digital Games, Prop Mask, Neil Laughter. Great video was. Here we go. And the gold ENnie for Best Aid or Accessory digital goes to
So this award is really shared with Carl Druid, who is the code wizard who managed to somehow, I don't know how it does it, like make the code for this thing. Yeah, it's really fun to make a thing where you can generate billions of monsters. I've not done the math, but there's a lot of them. So yeah, thanks. Thank you, Noah.
So, next category, Best Aid or Accessory, non-digital. Call of Cthulhu, Classic Process. City of Mist, Prime Board Game, board game by Summerboat Game Studio. Fate Accessibility Toolkit by Evolve. The Metropolis War Set by Paperwork. Tome of Summoning Archmage Royal Bundle by Tome of Summoning. And the Silver ENnie for Best Aid or Accessory non-digital goes to Fate Accessibility Toolkit by Evil Okay. And the Gold ENnie for Best Aid or Accessory non-digital goes to Call of Cthulhu
I'm Sean Brandy. This is Andrew Lehman. We'd just like to take a moment to thank the terrific folks at Chaosium for making a great game and letting us play in their sandbox. We'd like to thank all the fans who enjoy the great game and the weird stuff that we do. It's great to see people back in the wild gaming again. And I would like to give my thanks to my comrade Marnes here for many, many years, Andrew Lehman, for setting up a wonderful project and carrying it on.
Well, thanks. We'll talk more later. Thanks.
Best Production Values. Bard Sun, Legend Legend of the Ancient Forge by Steamforge Games. Call of Cthulhu Classic Prop Set by HP Lovecraft Storytime. Complete Wizard Chronicle by Beetle and Grimm's. Shang-Chi, Blood in the Banquet Hall, Wedding Games. And Star Trek Adventures Tricorder Collector's Box Set by Disney Entertainment. And the Silver ENnie for Best Production Values goes to Forest Gump, Legend of the Ancient Forge.
I'm Matt Hunt, I'm the creative director at Steamforge, and like many of you, slightly puzzled that Barson has won an RPG award. No, in all seriousness, Barson is a game that is based entirely on an RPG engine that has the outward appearance of a board game, which is why we get to cram a whole pile of minis in there, a huge campaign, and an everlasting game experience. So we hope you try it, we hope you enjoy it, and thank you ever so much for this. Thank you.
And the Gold ENnie for Best Production Values goes to Call of Cthulhu Classic Prop Set.
Thanks again so much. I'd like to take a moment to mention Kevin Stidham and Stephanie Maury, who hand tear thousands of pages of creepy old documents in order to put them in the box. This category blows my mind, and I just want to say thanks so much.
Thumbs up.
So, next category is Best Cover Art. And the nominees for Best Cover Art include Colossal, with artist Rick Anvil. Lord of Athera, The Lost Druid, from cover artist Jeff Langdon. Thirsty Sword Lesbians, from artist Tanisha Bryant. Uncaged Goddesses, from artist Glenn Bassett. And Wander Home, from artists Ruby Lavin and Sylvia Bing. And the Silver ENnie for Best Cover Art goes to Uncaged Goddesses.
Thank you. I left my notes back at my seat. Huge shout out to everyone who helped make this book. Uncaged Goddesses is a collection of Tier 4 anthology one-shots. It was not done by just me. It was a team of 70 people. But for the cover, I want to especially thank my co-producer, David Markowski, as well as Paul Canavan for his direction on this. Thanks.
I love that cover so much. And the Gold ENnie for Best Cover Art goes to Wander Home, from artist Ruby Lavin.
Super easy for this one because this all goes to my artist Sylvia B. As an art director, I do nothing. I simply collect talent and the rewards come back. Also, thank you to Jamie, my bestie, and my runaway train. We all know I wouldn't be here without you. And shout out to my parents who are watching on screen from their kitchen.
For Best Interior Art, The nominees are Historia, Dark Fantasy Renaissance, and for 5th edition. With a whole collection, for all of you, there's a whole collection of artists, glorious artists who contributed to these. The One Ring RPG, 2nd edition, from Previous Publishing. Thirsty Sword Lesbians from Evil Hat Productions. Uncaged Goddesses from Unseelie Studios. And Wander Home from Possum Creek Games. And the Silver ENnie for Best Interior Art goes to Wander Home from Possum Creek
These artists are also really, really good, and I also really, really don't deserve them.
And the Gold ENnie for Best Interior Art goes to the One Ring RPG 2nd edition.
Hi there, I'm Thomas Harrison, the manager of Reading Publishing, and I'm accepting this reward on behalf of amazingly talented artists that made the One Ring 2nd edition what it is. I'm just going to read their names, quite a few of them, but I think I just want to, mention all of them. It's Alvaro Tapia, Federica Costantini, Martin Reed, John Posipil, Melissa Spandry, Nicholas Brandt, Henry Rosenberg, Antonio De Luca, Judita Betty, Lucas Sofui, and Diego Sorrentino. So thank you all, you did an amazing job. I'm so proud of what you did with this game. Thank you.
The next category is Best Organized Play. And the nominees are Beneath the Stony Stubble by Douglas Basham. I find that familiar, Paul Gabat. Play the Game, Robbie Pleasant. The Monster of Pandaria, Anthony Joyce. And Two Hearts Apart, Xu Ching Tan. And the Silver ENnie for Best Organized Play goes to Xu Ching Tan. And the Gold ENnie for Best Organized Play goes to, I find that familiar, Paul Gabat. To present the next category, Best Monster or Adversary, is, wow, he's a dude. Mark Diaz Truman from Magpie Games.
I guess I'm the second game today. Alright, so Best Monster or Adversary, we have some excellent nominations. First is the Archvillain Archive by Hidden Dave, Noah Brown, Brittany Hay, Brian Holmes, E.R.F. Jordan, Alexis Lewis, Cassandra McDonald, Stephen Pakutai, Val Serene, and Anna Gergeson. Big Bad Bundle, 019 to 024, Bailey Wright, Barry Williams, Serena Langton, Jamila R. Nadaji, Celeste Konowich, Beth Gall, Ruth St. James, Jasmine Goulhard, Jessica Markham, Kat Kruger, Jason Levine, and Phoebe Coates. Hal and Roger's Creature Compendium, Divided Capital, by Stephen Hart. Home Field Advantage, a compendium of layer actions, by Triggers, Sean Mascara, Taryn Pounds, Boyan Nolev, Crispy Kid, Django Games, Xavier Bates, Devlin DM, and Joe Gaylord. Finally, Night 12, Bestiary for 5E, Angelo Caruso, Andrea Luca, Margot Julio, and Fasati. And the Silver ENnie for Best Monster Adversary goes to Home Field Advantage. pendulum layer action. They have a video that will be read later on the YouTube channel. The gold medal for best monster or adversary goes to Nightbell. He's cheering for 5 years.
From Mana Project Studio, and I'm here on behalf of Andrea Luca, Angelo Peluso, which is the author of Nightfall, and Marco Posati. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. I didn't see that coming. Thank you so much.
Next up on the show is Best Free Game of Products. This is a pretty exciting category for me. I think one of the things that I learned a lot from the stuff that was available for free, especially digitally, so I'm really excited. First up is Alcemina, Vampire the Masquerade New Year's Eve story. Champions Begins, the hero fan base. Extraction from Demon Ash Cleveland. 2021 Level 1 anthology by many authors. And Worlds Beyond the Infernal Reach by Benjamin Ranger. Okay. The Silver ENnie for Best Free Game of Products goes to Alcemina, Vampire the Masquerade story.
Hello, my name is Kevin Schluter. I am not Eddie Webb. I'm the associate producer for role-playing games at Renegade, and it is an honor to be standing here accepting this award. It's really Eddie and the whole team, Trivia and Lisa, who helped put everything together. And I'm just really glad that we're able to help people ring in the new year. Thanks.
Congratulations. The gold ENnie for Best Free Game product goes to 2021 Level 1 Anthology. Adam Bell, Lily Delazio, Michael Fox, Dave Gray, Josh Hayden, Tim Hutchin, and Matt Orlando, Marley, Kim McCracken, Matt Nazardo, Dylan Mesa, Mark A. Payne, Lisa Pivot, Belinda Real, Jeff Rose Street, Starshine Struggles, Joe Felda, Alexis Sargent, Scott Wood, and Matt B. from my global game.
And this is a really special win for us because we started making this anthology as an opportunity to get emerging designers, new designers, they get somebody to get their first paycheck for a game. You know, paying somebody $50 to run a game, you can actually say that I'm a professional game designer. That's what we're trying to do. And the other side of it is to give an opportunity for us, the indie game designers and indie game publishers, to have an opportunity to publish advertising that's going to be actually seen by a bunch of people. So if you can support this product, continue to do so. All of these designers work really hard, and we're just really thankful. Thank you.
Guys, so a really quick thank you to our designers, all of our sponsors, and everyone who voted. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Next up is Best Layout Design, an oft underappreciated category, but your words are only as good as the layout they're put into, right? Alright, thank you. Thank your local layout artist. First up, Option Cthulhu 2D20 Game Master's Guide by Virginia's Entertainment.
by Genesis Brothers Team Rock Machine. Nova, Julian Munoz and Spencer Campbell from House. Constructions Regiment by Exalted Funeral Games, Omnivore Stop Food Carts House on Cold or Mouse Games. And 40 Hearts Symphony by Minerva McJanta from Ron Lucky Death. Silver Ring for Best Layout Design goes to October 2020 Game Master Guide from Argentina Entertainment.
Hello again. Christopher from Mediapolis. About 12 years ago, after a childhood reading weird war comics and Sergeant Rock, we dreamed up this crazy world acting Cthulhu. And we took it to Kickstarter. I thought it might pay for the old holiday. And with the thanks of our first employee, Mikhail Cross, we created this fantastic game. It was like one of the first beautiful colour book we made. And he's gone on to create a stunning new edition that's for our 2D20 rule system. And that was the game that made Modiphius, where we started off with 3 people, we're now 65. And we've got a huge team that we want to thank. John Houlihan's been leading the new team on Acting Cthulhu and helped create this fantastic new look for the game. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. The Golden for Best Layout Design goes to Delta Green Impossible Landscape by Stephen Bucket, from Art Green Publishing.
Or anyone else who works on the team, but I was a massive fan, and they treated me. Asking me to come and say that since the videos aren't playing, they would like someone to come up and say how awesome Delta Green is. If you haven't played it or seen the book, you should correct that now, or else you have to hear me give like this long lecture speech about how amazing it is. So to say what's all that trouble, buy it, play it.
Thank you, Again, pay your account artists well. We'll now move on to an intermission. You're released. You come back, because that's what an intermission is. You don't fully.
Intermission will be 10 minutes, and when I say 10 minutes, I mean that really it's going to be 15 because it takes a while to get the thing from the bar. But 10 minutes, we're going to go for 10 minutes. Thank you. And thank you, Mark. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you.
The premier game that I'm not famous enough to get to play. So even that's one of the two. I think if you're like a former pro player, and if you're you have a certain level of representation, they're more like on your stage. Yeah, there's no boxing, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Find out who also runs games.
Relationship.
Hey friends. Ladies and gentlemen, please
continue to enjoy your exhibition, but we felt particularly bad for the people whose videos did not have audio, and they deserve their time too. You deserve your intermission, but we are going to replay those videos now in full stereo glory for your enjoyment. They will continue to be uploaded after the fact, but please enjoy the videos for these acceptances. The silver ENnie for best online content was you were giving this to the Sci-Fi blog. I've been working on this blog for 12 years. I've covered 3 different editions of D&D. I've covered many other RPGs. It's been a great pleasure of mine to write these articles every week. It's been a huge part of my life, and it means so much to me to have received this award. I want to thank the judges for nominating the Sci-Fi blog, and I especially want to thank everybody out there who came out of the blog. Thank you so much. It's a huge honor, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you. That was the gold rating for best online content. Next up, the silver ENnie for best podcast went through roll to cast.
Hello, Gen Con, and hello, ENnie. Thank you so much. If you don't know who we are Rollcast. We are an Australian TTRPG actual play podcast where we do a different game in a different world every season. We together explore such diverse worlds as The Witcher RPG, hello, Vampire Masquerade, hello there, and Cyberpunk 2020 and Red. Right. Thank you to the ENnie for nominating us for best podcast, and also thank you so much to each and every one of you for working hard to ensure that we can take it on.
Thank you so much as well to our patrons. Your support to this podcast is what makes us be able to make the show even better and better every single year. So thank you so much.
As well, thank you to the industry professionals who we've interviewed, just to name a few, Jackson McMillan, Mike Mason, and everyone at Artillery Games for supporting us from day dot when we launched this company train. Thank you so much. We hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, ENnie. Good night. Jack me in, boys.
Moving forward, the next one is Roll ENnie for best podcast to Ain't Slayed Nobody, which the Roll LLC.
Howdy, if you're seeing this, I think it means we won gold or silver for best podcast. That is incredible. I am Ellie Cup, producer and keeper of Arcane Lore for Ain't Slayed Nobody. We are a Call of Cthulhu podcast, and our campaigns are in the Wild West. I want to shout out our sponsor, Chaosium, publisher of Call of Cthulhu and Down Darker Trails. Specifically, Mom, Brian Holland, and Mike Mason, who are great supporters and friends to the show. I have a number of other people to thank, but I'll try to finish on time. Graham Patrick, who writes our current campaign and works with me on the creative post-production. Our talented cast, Brandon Waynerdy, Bridget Jeffries, Chuck, London Carlisle, Rena Henson, and Wes Davis. Will Baser, Alex McDaniel, and Jay Arnold for incredible contributions to our first season and more. Hook 'em, Hottie Toddy, and Gig 'em, mostly Gig 'em. Jay, I look forward to it. Danny Scott, and everyone who's ever lent a voice to the show. Daisy, Delton, Erica, Kim, Nick, Victoria, Virginia, and many others. Scott Dorward for running everything, including our current Patreon campaign. Our Patreon posse, we could not make the show without you. Thank you sincerely for everything you do. The Wolfpack, everyone who listens to Ain't Slayed Nobody, and anyone who ever will. I want to recognize the other podcast nominees, Plus One Forward, Kill Every Monster, Pink Photo, and Roll to Cast. They all seem like fantastic people from our tweet exchanges. Shout out to Aram's parents. I wish we could have been there in person. Please try out our show on their podcast feeds at Ain't Slayed Nobody or at ain'tslayednobody.com. We have this really cool 1980s Halloween game dropping this October. If you features Becca Scott, who may be in the room, so go ahead and subscribe. It's really hard to make a tabletop podcast, so help out the shows you enjoy in any way you can. Thank you, and good luck out there.
And the gold Eddie for Best Electronic Book goes to The Lazy DM's Companion, Michael H. Day and Sly Flourish.
Hey friends, thank you so much for this award for the Lazy DM's Companion. You mean so much to me. For the last 12 years, I've spent a lot of my energy trying to help DMs run great games. I've poured a lot of that energy into this book, and it means so much to have been recognized for the effort that we've done. I want to give a special thanks to Scott Fitzgerald Gray, who did all of the editing and layout of the books. Scott was an immense help, and I could not have done the book without him. I want to thank all of the Kickstarter backers who also supported the book in the council. I want to thank the judges for nominating my book, and I especially want to thank everybody who came out to vote for the Lazy Games Companion. Thank you all so much. I could not be happy. Have a great night.
And the silver Eddie for Best Aid or Accessory Digital goes to Call of Cthulhu 3D Digital Gamer Props SPR Locker.
Hello everybody, and I'm Alan from Type 40. Type 40 is an Australian-based community team of writers, artists and prop makers with a shared vision to bring to as much the games as we can. For those of you who have experienced our community and props, we hope you enjoy them as much as we do. For those of you who haven't, please check them out on our website, type40.com.au. On behalf of the whole team, I'd like to thank many judges for their hard work, our friends at KLG for their continued support, the wonderful gaming community, and of course, my other tech himself for helping to get the details just right. We could not be more thrilled for your day. Once again, thank you all.
And the golden Eddie for Best Organized the silver Eddie for Best Organized Play goes to Two Hearts Apart, Shujin Tan.
Hi everyone, I wish you could be in a joke concept. I would expect the world and 5 years of behavior right now. And thank you so much for making space for my adventure to explore. This is my second adventure, and I want to see that the signature touch me part too. Special thanks to my lesson for giving me a chance to write online, Jason Hall and Amy Jump by your guidance, and Jasmine Victor Vegas for letting me walk to life. And finally, thank you to the international legal community, and all I say is that Two Hearts Apart is still yours today, no matter who you are, wherever you are. Your voice, your contribution counted. And tonight, the impossible happened. I, Shuji Tan, of Rachel and Story, thank you for inviting me on my work and meeting me. Thank you.
And the golden Eddie for Best Organized Play goes to I Find That Familiar by Paul Gabbat.
Well, good. We meet again. My name is Paul Gabbat, also known as DMOG. I am a member of the Greasy Snitches and the D&D Adventures League PH community here in the Philippines. To my fellow nominees, we did it. We proved once again that the AL community is capable of producing quality adventures, award-winning adventures, I should say. To those who voted and supported I Find That Familiar, Lisa Penrose, DMC Wizards of the Coast, and especially my editor, Eric Smith, my first Dungeon Master. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my mother, who actually made an effort to figure out how the ENnie voting system works, just to support me, thank you. And of course, my wife, my muse, my #1 fan, Marian. No sane person would ever support a poor freelance writer like me, whose goal in life is just to share stories. Thank you for joining me in this journey and for not letting go of my hand. I love you. Thank you. Lastly, let me use this platform to reiterate how much of a gold mine the AL community is. The next time you visit dmcguild.com, click on the Adventures League link on the left side under content, and let us help you provide a fun experience at your D&D tables. Again, thank you for this ENnie award. So let me go ahead and celebrate this by eating this suman, this rice cake right here. And yeah, bye everyone. Thank you.
And the silver ready for best monster or adversary goes to Hope the Vintage, a compendium of lair actions. The Nevada on the educate from Hope the Vintage, a compendium of paragraphs. It's going to be a mythical bestseller together, and now currently the best monster slash adversary supplement of 2022. And since the audience here probably has a good number of industry folks, I use the opportunity to quickly shout out the team who put this work together, while playing some D&D games in the background for everyone else, because I only needed the video for subtitles. So in alphabetical order, we have Boyan Badev and Devlin DM, the two powerhouses who have written more than half of the book between the two of them. And we have John Galen, Kirsty Kidd, Sean Bastera, myself, Darren Pounds, Django Games, and finally Xavier Bates. Book's editing was done by Boyan Badev, Kirsty Kidd, and Xavier Bates, while Darren Pounds did the graphic design and Sean Bastera handled the layout. It took these 9 talented folks to make this book, and I didn't even do editors were a thing when I started this project, which means I'm clearly the reason the book is as good as it is today. So if you're hiring freelancers, I urge you to please check these people out, and your next book will be better great, I promise. Thank you, and until next time, have a great day.
And the Northern best layout and design goes to Delta Green and Possible Landscapes.
Hi, I'm Jen McCleary, graphic designer of Impossible Landscapes, and I'm honored to accept this award. This book was very much a collaborative process between myself, Dennis Detwiller, and Shane Ivey. It was a lot of work, but having such spellbinding text and evocative illustrations to work with really made it the dream project for me. I'd especially like to thank the Delta Green community for your support and for continuing to bring these amazing stories to life at your physical and virtual tables. I'm inspired by you to continue creating books that are both functional and meaningful. I'd like to close with my favorite quote from Robert W. Chambers, The King in Yellow, which was an inspirational beacon for the creation of this book. I cannot forget Carcosa, where black stars hang in the heavens, where the shadows of men's thoughts lengthen in the afternoon, when the twin suns sink into the lake of Holly, and my mind will bear forever in memory of the Paladins. Thank you.
And thank you all. We will be resuming again very shortly, so please find your seats. I hope our penance was sufficient. We promise there will be great audio from here on out.
appreciate that.
The 22nd ENnie Tabletop RPG Awards will resume shortly. But first, we'd like to once again thank our sponsors: Campaign 40, Pinpoint Press, Black Oak Workshop, Describe, Steve Forge Games, and Gen Con LLC. And now, to kick off the second half of this campaign, the director of the ENnies, Stacy.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming this evening and bearing with us here as we corrected some early foibles. We are very excited to be here, especially not sure what was going to happen coming back this year, but it is clear that everyone is here and ready to game. So thank you all for attending this evening. This year has been outstanding in that we had over 700 submissions for judges this year. Poor Celine now needs 5 vocals for all the reading that he had to do. And we also, when the voting came into play, we had over 28,000 votes this year. That is also the most ever. So the fact that we're continuing to grow and continuing to see expansion in the hobby is something that we're also very excited about. Let's go ahead and talk about the judges a little bit. So we're going to start with, I believe, Dwelling with Amelia Atram. Just video. Go backwards. We may come back. I was told HDMI cables were swallowing the vocal last time around. We thought we fixed it. We did. We proved we fixed it, but apparently only in the first half.
Accepting this judge's spotlight award from within the haunted house of Dwelling. I've been this whole time and will continue to be forever. I go tonight to thank the ENnies and Amelia Antrim for selecting Dwelling to receive this award. Dwelling is a deep community as a solo creator, and as well, a love letter to specters and all the things that haunt us. So thank you again for this award, and thank you all to the past, current, and future players of Dwelling that will keep this house affordable and very haunted.
Next up is Di's choice for Judges Spotlight, Stack of Goblins by Jack Melton, Osprey Games.
Hi everyone, I'm Lee, and I'm going to be speaking here. It's Stack of Goblins by Cold Path Games. It's always great to see small form games get some love, especially this cute, and it has honestly really clever mechanics. Congrats Cold Path Games, and I can't wait to see more from you in the future.
Hello, Gen Con. I'm Jack.
And I'm Steph.
We're Cold Path Games.
Thank you so much for giving our silly goblin game a Judge's Choice Award. Without those who have supported our crowdfunds, we wouldn't be where we are today, and stacks of goblins likely wouldn't exist.
We wanted to thank both those who played and read and enjoyed the game, but also those who supported its itch funding, and also those who supported us on GameTown for our most recent project. But along that line, we really do want to mention that a lot of indies are using non-typical crowdfunding platforms right now, including those in countries not able to use the more famous one, and it's a real struggle out there.
So we really just want to say, if you want to support more vibrant, weird, and new games, consider checking out the less usual crowdfunding platforms too.
Once again, thank you so much for supporting this.
Next up is Chris Gapstick, Shanty Hunters by Tristan Zimmerman, Molten Sulphur Press. Unfortunately, Chris couldn't be here this evening. He got the dreaded COVID 2 days ago and could not travel. but I do have his speech here. First of all, he wanted me to lead the group in a shanty or two and encourage them to drink rum. You don't want me singing, but please have some rum. For Chris, it is the end of the age of sail. Scholars, adventurers, and one-time sailors venture away from the land and into the sea lanes to record the many sea shanties mariners have been singing for centuries. But the sea shanties are wild and refuse to be tamed by mere landlubbers. In Shanty Hunters, one place the people going out and recording of the sea shanties before they are lost as the elements of a bygone era. But there is a risk to that, for as the shanties get recorded, their lyrics come alive, and the PCs will need to overcome and deal with events of the songs. It is a creative and unique game coming during a time of change on the seven seas. It is my pleasure to present this Judges Award to Tristan Zimmerman for Shanty Hunters.
Looks different from up here. I'd like to thank Judge Chris Gaff profoundly for thinking that my love letter to the maritime profession was worth spotlighting. I'd also like to thank Kat Tobin of Pelgrane Press for letting me use the gumshoe logo. My Kickstarter backers and Patreon patrons, and my beautiful wife, Dara, whose idea Shanty Hunters was in the first place. Thank you all for being here, and game on.
I'm now going to hand things over to Celine.
All right, let's see here. So my judge's pick is Kobo Press, The Sky Big Monsters by Kobo Press. I like this book because I'm a game master by choice, most of the time, all the time. I love running all variety of systems, and this book was system neutral, gave me a lot of good tips for describing monsters, coming up with monsters, and also publishing stuff as well. Screaming for my speech. That's mostly about this book. Other stuff I also enjoy is basically being ENnie judge as well. Currently I'm running Zombie World and Root here at Gen Con. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. If anyone else wants me to run any other games, feel free to let me know. And if anyone's out there wondering if they should submit anything to ENnie, the answer is yes, please do. I love reading all the products and checking it all out.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Amanda Hamilton, editor of this illustrious group of essays, former editorial director of Kobold Press. I just want to say thank you to Wolfgang Bauer, the publisher of Kobold Press. Without whom none of the Kobold guides would exist, or any of the wonderful Kobold Press products. To my partner, Alexander Stangroom, the director of operations of Kobold Press, without whom all the products would also not exist. And to the wonderful 15 authors all across the tabletop industry who poured their passion for creating monsters and encounters and design and dynamic design for tabletop RPGs into this. There's a whole list of them up there. Kobold's One Mega Miracle in the audience today, many other people. Nobody could achieve, I think, just the breadth of the type of monster design that you see in this book. So just thank you all. Thank you to Celine for the award. We're very, very grateful. And have a great show.
Our final judge's spotlight is Wickedness by Possum Creek Games. I'm still dealing with Shanty syndrome. Judge Kristen O'Brien.
Hi friends, I'm Shiny and I want to tell you about Wickedness, which I selected for my Judge's Spotlight Award for this year's ENnies. Wickedness was created by M. Veselak and released by Possum Creek Games, and it's a 3-player tarot card-based role-playing system where the cards help you determine the events that happen throughout the game. And you get to play as a coven of 3 guardians based on 3 mystical archetypes, the pure heart, the wild spirit, and the old soul, who are trying to keep their world of mystery and magic in balance with the mundane world. The book has a simple but guided character creation system that helps you create unique and magical characters, or you can help make your own essentially, and has alternate cyberpunk and fantasy setting options if you want to go that route. And it comes with 3 beautifully illustrated books. The covers were illustrated by Tucker Donovan and designed by Ruby Lavin. You've got your rule book, which gives you the rules, the actual interpretation guide, which helps you interpret and sort the tarot cards that you're going to use for running the game, and then your play pages, which you'll use to run the game and help make decisions, and also gives you your alternate setting options. Overall, making this is an easy-to-learn system that helps you tell a really interesting story with friends in not too long of a time. There's 3 chapters, but they're about 1 to 2 hours each, so not too long at all. And it's a beautiful, queer-friendly storytelling game with creative and well-thought-out rules that really enhance the gameplay rather than distract from it. It's definitely an award-winning game that I highly recommend. And I'm going to read the description on the back. A quaint home packed to the rafters with trinkets, curiosities, and the occasional miracle. A sleepy kingdom on the cusp of disaster. A wicker gate hanging by its hinges with somewhere else lurking beyond. 3 guardians who can save everything if they can stop squabbling long enough. So enjoy and happy Gen Con, everybody.
Hi, my name is Jay Dragon, and I'm accepting this on behalf of Anne Vesela. I will speech that she wrote that she sent to me. I'm going to read it. In her words, I'm going to say I, and that's referring to her, so don't get confused when she starts saying nice things about me. I never imagined I'd have to write an acceptance speech for an ENnie, but in light of the fact that I do, I'd like to thank my partner Tucker, whose talents and flexibility in illustration never cease to astound me, Ruby Lavin, who untangled a heap of documents into an immaculately designed triptych booklet, and our editor Dominique Dickey, who brought a level of polish to the text I could never manage on my own. I'd also like to thank all of our stretch goal contributors, the crowdfunding backers who made it possible, and Jay at Fossil Creek Games. Belief and vision are vital in any creative endeavor, and I feel tremendously lucky to have so much of Jay's as we prepare for the release of Yesita's Been Breakfast in 2023. Thank you all so much.
And now the brave and lucky individuals that to go on the ENnie's Judge Journey with me for the 2023 season are Alex Bowie, James D'Alessio, Shauna Ratliff, Chris Gabb, and Candace McAfee. Congratulations. At this time, I'm going to turn everything back over to Kat and Kevin, and we'll get on with the show. Thank you.
This is a good opportunity for me just to mention that one of the best games I played in the last year was Jay Dragon's Wanderhome. So thank you for that. Best RPG related product. So in the category of best RPG related product, we have the Dice Carousel kit from Gamer Concepts. We have the Everway Silver Anniversary Edition Deluxe Fortune Deck from the Everway Company. We have our familiar Cult, Labyrinths and Secret Chambers from Helghast. We have Shadows of Estherin, the Adeliane CD, from Studio Guide. And finally, we have Things Heroes Say, a fantasy art book and phrase book by Brim Jones of Ambu McNeil Publishing. And the silver rating for best RPG-related product goes to Cult, Labyrinths, and Secret Chambers.
official 3 thank you from Sweden.
And the Gold Emmy for Best RPG related product goes to Shadows of Escarin.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. This album was done by a French composer whose name is François Rousselot. He's not here tonight. I'm only a French producer who has wrote the lyrics of this album when I was very depressed teenager. So it's very important for me tonight. Thank you for accepting us and our award. Just thank you very much. Just a little word about music, because for us music is very important, very linked to RPG. And we have made some concerts in the past. This guy was here, and I'm so thankful for all the help of the people who have made this possible. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Category of Best Family Game and Product, we have Bates in the Wood by author Adam Batts from World Champ Game Company. We have Good Strong Hands by author Craig Campbell of Nerdburger Games. We have Laser Ponies, the second edition by Layton Connor of Hex Games. We have Questlings RPG by Banana Chan and Tim Devine for Lego Games. And we have Wonder Home by Jay Dragon of Possum Creek Games. And the silver Emmy for Best Family Game and Product goes to the Questlings RPG by Banana Chan and Devine.
Hi everyone, I'm Banana Chan of Game Maker Games. We just want to say thank you so much to Tim Devine for co-collaborating with us on this project on Questlings RPG and to Dice Up Games. Thank you so much.
And we also want to thank all of our fans, everyone who voted for everything.
Thank you.
And the Gold Emmy for Best Family Game or Product goes to Wander Home by Jay Dragon.
I did that a second time, and I was shocked both times how loud it was. Hi, my name is Jay Dragon, and I'm the creative director at Possum Creek Games, and I'm the author of Wander Home. It is an incredible honor to be here right now. I wrote Wander Home in the heart of a pandemic, trying to imagine what could be in a dark time. And I'm grateful this game has been able to touch so many lives and give meaning to those in search of a better world. I'm especially grateful to Grubby, my business partner and partner in crime, Izumi and Luke, the editors who have made it possible, and all the consultants, friends, and fellow vagrants who were able to show me how to make a better world. Thank you.
You made this very big. My cheeks are actually hurting from just grinning so much. This is such a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. The next category is Best Setting. And the nominees are Colossal, a solo RPG adventure by Nick Angel. Eldritch Century, Chronicles of the Wounded Earth. Not going to read it these days. Draco Studios. Historia, Dark Fantasy Renaissance setting by Mana Project Studio. Jiangxi, Blood in the Banquet Hall, Wedding Games and Game the Curry. And Tal'Darai Campaign Setting Reborn by Darrington Press. And the Silver ENnie for Best Setting goes to Jiangxi, Blood in the Banquet Hall.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Aiden, and this is Matthew Ward. We are the owners of Wedding Games, and it's really hard to follow in any way. She's fantastic. We would just like to say, we want to thank everyone for supporting us in the voting, supporting the creation of Junction Blood in the Banquet Hall, especially a lot of our amazing writers, designers, consultants, but most certainly not least, Matt Benici, our layout. We had Stephen Wu, the amazing artist Quantai Moria, everyone who created this. It's an embarrassment of riches, and we as a community are just lucky to have all of these people that we all know and love and work with. So most importantly, thank you for Banana and for Central Lim, who brought this important piece of art to life, and we would not be here without them. So thank you everyone, thank you again.
The Gold ENnie for Best Setting goes to Tal'Darai Campaign Setting Reborn, Matthew Mercer, Anna Rose.
Hi everyone. It's always so great to be nominated for an ENnie. I love this committee so much. I want to make a special shout out to Joey Hayek and Hannah Rose, who are really like the two-person powerhouse that made this book happen. And all the amazing artists who are part of the interior of this book. It really was a phenomenal piece to work on. And of course, Matthew Mercer for making a setting worthy of putting together a monster source book like this. So thank you to the committee, thank you for everyone who voted, and appreciate it. Thanks.
The next category is Best Rules. And the nominees for this one are Colossal, a solo RPG adventure by Nick Angel. Good Strong Hands by Craig Campbell, Nerd Games. Haunted West by Chris Bybee and a cast of amazing people. Darker Hue Studios. Hashtag no bias. Nova, Spencer Campbell, Gila RPG. And Rest in Pieces, Pete Patricia from Imagining Games. And the Silver ENnie for Best Rules goes to Haunted West, Chris Bybee, Angela Williams, Evan Vaughn, Angela Swan, Alexander
Nice to be here again. Thank you. I've got no words. As anyone knows me knows I never have a shortage of them. Hence I cut about a third of the book. Rules. Thank you to any judges in the community for recognizing Haunted West in this way. When I dreamed of creating Haunted West, in addition to bringing truth of the Old West to light, I also want to create a flexible three-tiered system that will allow folks to play in the Old West the way they want to, make it gritty, make it horror, but you would have the actual truth there to do whatever you wanted to with it. And just thank you for everyone who supported it. Thank the Kickstarter backers. Thank you.
The gold ENnie for best rules goes to Colossal, a solo RPG adventure.
Wow, I'm Nicky, your creator and artist of Colossal. I'm absolutely stunned a little bit. I've flown from the UK on a bit of a whirlwind adventure, and this is just an incredible thing to happen. I want to thank the judges, and I want to thank everyone who supported the book, all the fans of it, everything, and the Kickstarter backers, and the patrons, and everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Category is Best Supplement. And the nominees are Call of Cthulhu, Cults of Cthulhu, by Chris Lackey and Mike Mason from Chaosium. City of Mist, Shadows and Showdowns from Son of Oak Game Studio. Root, the RPG, Travelers and Outsiders from Magpie Games. Sin, a Spire sourcebook from Rowan Rook and Deckard. Untold Encounters of the Random Kind from Luke Battlemats. And the silver ENnie for Best Supplement goes to Root, the RPG for Travelers. Brent Conway, Sarah New, Mark Kelly, Danielle Redcroft, Anthony, Marissa Cofield, Mark Peterson, Camden Reisman,
Thank you all so much, and first and foremost, thank you to Leader Games for all their support in making this really, really interesting experience as a board game that we played and immediately thought we want to spend more time in this world. That's a thank you to Patrick Leader, to Cole Worley, to Kyle Fann, for putting forward a world of a board game that's so evocative and so interesting that we wanted to spend more time with it. I think there's a renaissance in board games, a narrative, and building narrative into what they do. And it was such a pleasure and an honor to bring that to RPGs. In particular for this book, we were really honored to bring on a bunch of contributors to provide a whole range of perspectives on the Root world, which included expanding it to the four new factions beyond the original board game, and including a bunch of awesome rules that they, being a cat, matter. So it was a real pleasure to work on this book, and I want to call out in specific Camden Wright, who came through with us for an adventure kind of at the last minute under some duress, and held up under that pressure. And of course, our core team, which is Brendan Conway working on rules, and Marissa Kelly and Miguel and Alex Mendoza making the thing itself beautiful. It's been an incredible pleasure to work on Root, and although it can sometimes feel like we're working in somebody else's playground, it's also one of those experiences I'm going to treasure for the rest of my life, to make these adorable animals feel politically real in a, as Ken Hyde puts it, simulator of the Vietnam War. So, thank you.
And the gold ENnie for Best Supplement goes to Call of Cthulhu, Cults of Cthulhu, Chris Lackey and Mike Mason from
amazing team of people who put together a book like Cults of Cthulhu, from Mike and Chris and Nick doing layout, and all the artists and all the editors, and it's a fantastic project that only took about 20 years to get to print. And thank you for supporting us.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael O'Brien, I'm Vice President of Chaosium, and that was Rick Point's President of Chaosium. Thank you so much to everybody that has supported us here. I have a message from Mike Mason. He can't join us tonight, and he would like to pass on his thanks, his co-author, Chris Lackey, and to Paul Fricker for developing the scenarios, Lloyd Musi for the cover illustration, and to the artists involved, and there's quite a few of them. Alberto Bontempi, Thomas Brown, Irene Cato, Christina Carroll, Caleb Cleveland, Stephen Cornu, Krim Dimitriou, Emmanuel Desiati, Michael Ellis, Andrei Fedosov, Dora Golsu, Nicholas Gray, Patrick Hell, Carly Kus, Pat Lubioka, Sam Lofty, Ernest Miller, Lloyd Musi, Alex Sherpakov, John Sumro, Jonathan Torres, and Arrigo Veridosa. Thanks also to Matt Ryan for the cartography and to Nick Nicario for the layout. Lastly, thanks to everyone involved, from the copy editors to the production team. It's been a wonderful team. And Mike finishes with all praise Cthulhu. Thank you.
The next category is for something that I value very highly, which is best writing. And the nominees are Colossal, Solo RPG Adventure by Nick Angel, June, Adventures in the Imperium by Modifius Entertainment, Fate Forge, Tetralogy Box Set for 5th edition by Studio 8, Cult, Beyond Darkness and Madness, August, and Rosenstrasse by Maura Turkington and Jessica Hammer from Unruly Designs. And the Silver ENnie for Best Writing goes to Fate Forge, Tetralogy Box Set for 5th edition, Studio 8.
So, Fate Forge is our own take on Dungeons and Dragons. RPG bring so much to us when we were young, here in US, but also in Europe. And you need to know it changed the life of so many people in Europe too. And we are some of them. And Fate Forge was written by Iris and a bit of me, but mainly this is the work of a woman in France whose name is Iris, and maybe we can cheers for her, because she deserves, it was 6 years of work for this woman. Thank you for her. What I would like, just a few words, like 10 years ago, we won this ENnie for Shadows of SRM for the first time, and you here in this country, you just, role-playing games is a real job, you know what I mean? You can make a living, right? This is not the case in France. But now this is the case, because you gave us 10 years ago the inspiration to move forward. So thank you all of you for that. We love this industry, because here it's a real industry. It's not a hobby. What are you doing in the real life? This kind of thing. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. last word, and after that, I will not monopolize. Can we say that? Monopolize. But, I will not monopolize the stage with all my friends, but all people you have seen, because when you are doing RPGs, so much people, the shadow army of freelancers, of friends, or volunteers, and everyone, and they are here on the stage, artists, and please do them something for them, because without all of the shadows army, how can RPG can exist? And especially for best writing, believe me, if I was a translator of paper, it will be no good. So today, what I want to do is to give this to this woman, because she is the proofreader of paper. I will buy another one because you deserve this one, right? So let's see as a proofreader, right? Thank you.
Absolutely. There is a shadow army behind every single RPG you have ever bought in your life who does not get anywhere near enough credit. And awards like this are our way of celebrating those people. So a massive round of applause to the editors and our shadow army to bring our The gold ENnie for best writing goes to June, Adventures in the Imperium, Simon Merman, Anana Shana, Nathan Draggle, Jason Hall, Holden Camille, Felice Nash, Andrew Peregrine, Henry Squaw, Chris Biles, Marge Sabir, Rachel J. Wilkinson, and Ben Warner from the
Oh, I wasn't expecting this, man. Thank you so much for everyone. I, of course, want to thank our amazing writing team, every single one of them, but also every single person on this book just knocked it out of the park. I couldn't have asked for a better team than anything we did. I'd like to especially thank our project managers, Daniel Lade and Chris Shackerson, who helped me through so much of this, and Samantha Webb, our head of role-playing, who practically babysits me through the entire thing. This is an absolute dream of mine to work and lead a project of any project at all, really. I never imagined it'd be something the scale and size of Dune. Absolutely incredible. So a big thank you to Modifius for giving me this opportunity. I'm very glad I didn't screw it up.
I met Andy about 15, 20 years ago when we were both working with Cubicle 7, and I had Star Laser Adventure for my first ever game. And Andy had Victoria on there, and we became good friends then, and it's amazing to see him delivering such a wonderful product. And also let me say thank you. About 4 years ago, I got a call from a guy called Joe LaFabi, Genuine Entertainment, that some of you here will know. He said, "Do you want to do something called Dune?" And then also big thanks to John Paul Briscotti at Gale Force 9, who took on the ridiculously mental job of crafting the whole licensing program with all the partners like us and other companies for Dune. So thanks everyone.
The next category is the fans' choice for best publisher. Publishing RPGs is a very often very thankless job. Again, like I mentioned earlier, these awards are our best way as a community of giving back to the creators who make the games that we love so very much. So I'm really excited to announce the nominees for Fans' Choice for Best Publisher. So among the most popular with fans were Evil Hunt Productions, Freya Liga Publishing, Kobo Press, Ridiculous Entertainment, Studio Agate, Rowan Robin Decker, Darrington Press, Chaosium Inc., Wizards of the Coast, and the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. And the 2022 Fan Award for Best Publisher goes to Darrington Press. No, we're moving onwards, okay?
While we fix that, let me read the auction winners. So, that's really on me, honestly. So, if you bid in the auction and if you won, who should they see? They should see Matthew in the back. He's waving his hand right in the back, left-hand quarterback. Okay, so, My Father's Work was won by Pepe Barca. The OSR was run by Ashley, and Ashley, we can't read the last name, but you won anyways. Men's Epic Encounters was by Jacob Blackman. Root, Amy Mistra. Exalted Funeral, Gary Snow. Magical Kitties, M. Philipgraff, I think, there's a question mark there. Board Games number 2, Monty Martin. D&D Compatible, Joshua Stratton. High Fantasy, Donald Price. The Lex Arcana, Brandon Atten. Minis Reaper was Eric Wiener. Bard Song, Jeff Anderson. Horror, Mark Truman. Indie Games number 2, Brian Murphy. Indie Games number 1 was Benjamin McGowan. The Elven Dice Box was Jeff Anderson. Nostalgia was Rob Davio. And the Science Fiction is James Fiore. Thank you. Make sure you see Matt back at the end. Best Adventure to come into the final stretch. Extraction from Demon Park, Cleveland by Logan Dean from Megacorp Games. We're not censoring this. Harp, says the Frog Pages, by the you discover. Odd Jobs by Sasha Sienna and Jonathan Sims by McGuffin & Company. The Troubleshooters, U-Boat Mystery by Mr. Sunderland by Homecast. And Uncaged Goddesses by Sealy Studios. And the Silver ENnie for Best Adventure goes to The Troubleshooters, U-Boat Mystery.
Some more words from Sweden. So this is from Krista Sunderland, creator of the Troubleshooters at Helmgast. There are so many people without whom the Troubleshooters would never have existed. There are many artists and creators who inspire me with their comics, movies, shows, and games. I apologise that I can't list you all. I will mention some, like me. Matthew, Art, Amy Simon, my colleagues at Helmgast, the art director Dan, and the illustrators Ronya and David. Thank you all. But most of all, let's thank all the people who believed in the game, backed it and voted for it. You made the Troubleshooters real. If anyone should have this award, it's all of you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Gold ENnie for Best Adventure goes to Uncaged Goddesses.
gave us the best adventure. A bunch of them are here. Thank you all so much. There are 22 writers on this book and 13 editors, and without every single one of them doing their best to make an amazing book, it would not have happened. Thank you also to our writing director, Jessica Markham. As well as Ashley Warren for making the Uncaged Anthology happen in the first place. Lisa Penrose as well for being our DM's Guild partner. Thank you to Umberly for inspiring the book in the first place, Joaquin for gracing our cover, and Shar for everything else. I also want to thank David Markowski and Laura Evans, our co-admins, and my partner Andrew, who is right there, and Gwen's partner James, because they kept us both sane for this entire thing. Thank you so much.
So we're down to best game and product of the year. I'm deeply honored for best game to present the nominees. Colossal, a solo RPG adventure by Evangeline. Root, the RPG by Magpie Games. The Troubleshooters by Hellcats and Kristen Sutherland. Thirsty Sword Lesbians by April Kim Walt and Evil Hat Productions. And Wise Women by Alexandra Brockman. And the silver end for best game goes to Root the RPG from Magpie.
I have nothing to do with that. I'm largely streaming one of the co-founders of Magpie Games, and this is really incredible. I think Root is, all of our games are a labor of love, but Root is our pandemic game. It's the game that Brendan sat at home by himself. Brendan's wife is a nurse, and he spent a lot of this pandemic alone. And while he was alone, he worked on finishing this game. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, not because it's hard to write games, it is, or because we didn't support him, we had lots and lots of Zoom meetings, but because it's hard when everything is on fire to feel like your game about little woodland creatures waging war on each other is particularly relevant. This is a hard game because all games are hard, but this is a hard time because we live in a hard time. I want to thank Brendan for putting in all those hours and all that work as the lead designer for this game. We do a lot of teamwork. We work together a lot on a lot of different pieces of this. It's hard to say that this part is mine or this part is yours. In a lot of ways, the fact that we have won this award is for Brendan. I want to also thank Marissa Kelly and Miguel and Espinosa, who couldn't be here tonight. They have made Kyle's art even more beautiful than we thought it was when we saw it in the game. And the work that they have done on the layout and the vision for this book is something that inspires me every time I open it up. I want to thank Monty Lynn, our always editor, who is able to turn around drafts in record time and find things that we were so sure we had right and help us make them even better. I want to thank all of our team that has supported this game since it came out, right up to and including our new staff members, Chris and Val, who are here with us, having not been at Magpie a year. And I want to thank Kate, our community manager, who has helped to make all of the games of Root that you might find at this con run. We love it when people play our games. It's so important that they play them, and that's why this has been such an incredible experience. I want to finish by saying thank you to Patrick Leader and the Leader team. I think it's really easy to say that this, after it's all done, after we've gone on Kickstarter, raised a bunch of money, and finally put in this book and sent it out to retail stores, it's easy to say this was a good decision. But Patrick and the team at Leader Games trusted us to make Root into an RPG that would last, that would be as good as the board game and matter as much as the board game to this community. And that's a really special thing. And Patrick didn't do that because he thought that it would be worth millions of dollars. He did it because he plays RPGs. And he thought that this would be a world that other people would want to spend time in, and I think he's right. So thank you. Thank you very much for this award.
And before I present the gold ENnie for best game, let me just say, if you won an ENnie tonight, silver or gold, after we finish and after Pat presents the product of the year, please come up to the stage so we can get a picture of all the ENnie winners together. So, with that, let me present the ENnie for best game of the year, which goes to Thirsty Sword Lesbian. April can't be with us tonight, but she did send something that she asked that Kat would read.
So this says, from April Pitt Walsh, "Hey Kevin, we don't have anyone to wrap us at tonight's ENnies. In the event Thirsty Sword Lesbians wins any awards, please find the Thirsty Sword Lesbian to read this message." Oh, sorry, okay, just not sure to say that, sorry. Here's a message from designer April Pitt Walsh that you can share. On behalf of the contributors to Thirsty Sword Lesbians, we want to thank the judges and the community for this honour. We're delighted that our game celebrating queer love and power has resonated so strongly with so many people. Thank you. And the final category of the night is Product of the Year. And the nominees are Call of Cthulhu Classic Prop Set by HP Lovecraft Historical Society, Colossal, a solo RPG adventure by Nick Angel, June, Adventures in the Imperium, Core Rulebook, Atreides Collector's Edition by Modifius Entertainment, Jiangxi, Blood in the Banquet Hall by Wetting Games and Game in a Curry, Odd Jobs by MacGuffin & Co. Putrescence Regnant, Exalted Funeral Press, Games and Rivers, Stockholm Cartel and Occult Art Mestra Games. Root, the RPG, Magpie Games. The Troubleshooters, Helm Dance. Thirsty Sword Lesbians by Eagle Hat Productions. Uncaged Goddesses by Unseelie Studios. And the silver ENnie for Product of the Year goes to Call of Cthulhu Classic Prop Set from HP Lovecraft Historical
Well, thanks again. I didn't expect to get emotional, but there you go. Thanks again to Chaosium for being so supportive and such great partners. Thanks to the fans who voted and got us here. Thanks to Sean, who, if he hadn't invited me to come play Call of Cthulhu back in high school, I never would have heard of HP Lovecraft, and I certainly wouldn't be here tonight. And thanks to everybody.
It's humbling to be here with so many great artists who work in game manufacturing. We don't really make the games, but we try and make the game experience better. And ultimately, role-playing games in particular let us transform ourselves, have emotional experiences that are beyond our everyday reach, and that's what makes them fun and compelling. And so we just try and make some fun stuff to make it even better for all of you. So thank you so much for all everybody that's here. We're delighted to be part of the family.
And the gold ENnie for Product of the Year goes to Thirsty Sword Lesbians by from Eagle Hat
Productions. We want to finish out by thanking all of you. Because, not only all the people who voted on these games, but the things that you folks have created have gotten us through a very difficult 2 or 3 years. And the fact that there are tens or hundreds of thousands of people out there who are taking joy in what you create, you should be really proud of yourself right now. So thank you. And with that, we will end the evening. I haven't given you a single shark movie synopsis. You should be pleased about that. If you won any, please come on up here to the stage and we will finish those up and we'll take those photos. If people need extra medals for themselves or their contributors, those are available. Talk to Matthew in the back over there or talk to Stacy right over here. And thank you all so much. Good night.
This concludes the 22nd ENnie Tabletop RPG Awards. Hearty congratulations to all of our 2022 ENnie Award winners. We also like to thank our hosts, Mike and Cody Hodgson, our sponsor, Anthony Point, Point Press, Live Workshop, Describe, Steamboard Games, and Gen Con LLC. All of our donors, guest presenters, sponsors, previews, and silent auction winners. Our ENnie staff, Joey Klein, Don McLeod, Matthew Luke, Joe Concha, and Stacy. And of course, we'd like to thank all of you for being here. Remember, be safe and all critical hits. We'll see you at the next ENnie Tabletop RPG Awards.
Thank you.